Hi, let's continue with principle. So we want to make some hovers to make this project image interact with us when we put our mouse inside this area. How to make that? There are a couple of ways. We can just make hover state from here just by using this one, hover inside, hover outside. But the more like the easiest way will be creating a component. How it works. So let's select our group and click create component. So now we have like the separate entity of this thing, and here we can adjust our hovers. So let's say when we just get hover inside this block, for instance, I want this caption to shift, and when we hover outside, I want it to get back. So let's check how it works. Yep. So just like simple movement. And here you can notice that this image and caption became group. So group called component. So to edit this, we have this button, edit component. Yeah, here we can adjust how the transition between this state and that state, how it basically works, how fast it's gonna be, how the curve is going to look like. So let's say we can say spring and back to instance and preview. Yeah, it has little bounce. The next thing is making like events to be triggered by the scroll. So let's say on that page I want this title to like travel from here to here just when I'm scrolling the page. How to make it? Oops. So let's start. Let's like change our layout and move it like somewhere here. And here we have the button called drivers. So how it works? This scale is your scroll. So like 0 is just the state of the open page, and here just down and down till the page ends. And this is size in pixels. So yeah. So let's like keep it on 0. And now we can select like something, our headline, for instance, like this one. And here we have like it appeared here. Here you have little plus, you can hit it and drive any of these parameters to the position of the scroll. So let's do it. We need center X if we want it to move. So let's say on 0 scroll we want it to stay here, and by the end of the page it's gonna be here, we want it to be here. So you just moved it and it automatically made the transition. So let's check how it looked like. Yep. So now we scroll and this thing like moving. Pretty much fun. And still everything works. Our hover works, our transition works, but yeah. Now let's try to make something happening depending on drag of the image. I just slightly changed the about page to make it just one screen. So let's see how it looks like. Yep, just like that. And I'm gonna make this image draggable, and we're gonna make it influence the size of that block. So let's make it. We select our image here, and we set in this drop downs position to drag. we can see that now in our drivers panel we have like two more things to control. We have about image, this one basically center X and Y, and when we're dragging, you can see these are changing. And how it looks here, yeah, it works perfectly. But I want this text to get bigger when we drag it. So what we need to do? We need to select our text, and we need to hit the plus here and set actually not scale, but let's say angle. So when I'm gonna drag about image by X axis, this one gonna rotate. So let's say when I put image here, this gonna rotate on 360 degrees. Yep, we can see that we have our transition here. But I also want like when we move it by vertical axis, I want to make this to, I don't know, change in scale. Okay, so when I got it like here, or like here, actually x doesn't matter, so we only need to work with y-axis. So I select about image and say no, sorry, not about image, I need to select this one, about text. And here, let's say scale. So when we are here, we have normal scale, and when we are here, we have scale like 1.3, or let's make it smaller actually, 0.8. So let's see how it works. Yeah, so you can have pretty much fun with prototyping that stuff. But to be honest, it's kind of hard to make this kind of interaction like in real development. But for prototyping, for trying, you can just have fun with it. And the last thing I want to show is to make something happening automatically. So for instance, I want this headline to like float like this. So how to make it? We select it, we go to here and create component, and I'm gonna select this transition button, and here we have auto. So yeah, let's see, we just put it on itself and auto backwards, and here we can just slightly move it like that and back to instance, and it's already should float. Yeah, so it start like jumping. Now we have new component, we can like name it moving headline, not headline, actually title. And let's edit them. I don't want it to be that fast, so I'm gonna make it a bit longer. Here, let's say back to instance and check. Yeah, now it's like nicely floating. One last thing I want to talk about is how to make a slider. So let's make the gallery inside of this block, so we can just swipe or click through pictures. How to make this? Let's make first of all a component out of it, like hit create component, and we have this red border isolated. here we have what we have the group. I have a background and I have the image itself. I'm gonna say that this group is gonna be like horizontal position, gonna be page. Then I'm gonna add some more images. So this is one the same. Let's have a couple of more, like some project stuff. So let's see what are the dimensions. The dimensions of that image is these ones. So let's make exactly the same. 959 for these images. Yep. At the moment, these are placed on separate artboard, but we don't need it. We need to put them into the same group. This one, can do it by hand. Put it here and here. So let's call it slider, and be more obvious. And we don't need this artboard. And yeah. So how to make it like slide? We're gonna make them into that kind of line. We're gonna arrange them like that. So here we have our group slider and have like horizontal position set to page. And let's try if it will work. Our preview. Yeah, that basically works. We have some like weird frame here. Let's get back to our thing here. Oops, we don't want this to look like that. So we need to, interesting how to make it. We can just put add a white rectangle here. Is gonna be the easiest way actually of doing that. But here we have difference in size. It's because, yeah, I know why. Let's get back to our, let's call it slider again. Let's say slider, edit component, and here we have our pages arranged. We need to go to slider and make all these images to lay on the same background. So at the moment this is background, and I need it to be as white as images, so we don't have this difference in size. Like that. Back to instance. Let's check how, oops, check how it works. And we need another white rectangle here. Still have something like some not cool stuff happening here. Make them a bit wider. Yeah, so it's a quick way making it slide. Like here in our component, we can basically have like we can actually drive something to this, so we can add like some, I don't know, moving dot, for instance. So basically, by the way, to make a circle in that program, you need to set your radius on like 100. Set color to white. And for instance, here we have like 3 dots to make user know that that's gallery. And how to make them. So for instance, it's the first image, these two dot 1, So the moment of the first image, this one's gonna be like super faded. It's not the most stylish way of making these dots, but whatever. When we got to the second image, we need, oops, yeah, we need this dot to get non-transparent and this to get transparent. So just let's make it drive. Let's actually drive all of them. So just select them, select plus, and use a opacity. So like when we got here, at this point, we need this one to be 10%, this one to be 100%. So let's check how it works. Yep. You can just adjust the, like, you can control the whole process of transition here by, so you can just move these transitions and make this one, for instance, first one disappear like faster, not that smooth, but you can leave it like that. And let's add third one, like at this point. I want this one to stay transparent, this one to get transparent as well, but this one to get fully non-transparent. So let's get back to instance, back to our page, and see how it works. Almost perfect. Here it's uh, not perfectly matched, but you have the idea of how it works, and that's pretty much enough. One more thing I forget to mention is to how make this one a video, not picture. So we have here like our picture is placed, and it has like each picture have its like small rectangle here which shows like media. So we need this one, select it, select media, and here you have choose button, you can simply replace it. So let's use video instead, and let's check how it works. Yep, something is going on here. Pretty much simple. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you.